Power comes from lying. Lying big and getting the whole damn world to play along with you. Once you got everybody agreeing with what they know in their hearts ain't true, you got them by the balls.
All right, guys. Today's Memorial Day. I want to do a little video about the founder of Memorial Day, and do some explanation as to the kind of life he lived, how that's significant, and exemplary. And starting off, John A. Logan. John A. Logan got into politics. I don't know what age, but I know that by age 26 he was a senator. I think people lived quite a bit, didn't live quite as long at the time. But he came up from a political family, and they didn't really believe in. His father, at least, didn't believe in what's that word? Nepotism. But he was childhood friends. I believe it was either his father or he was childhood friends with Abraham Lincoln. And I don't know how all that happened either. But the point of the story is, Abraham Lincoln. Let me just be clear with you. Abraham Lincoln wasn't probably the best guy ever, as you may think. To be honest with you, I think that he was for slavery, and then got involved in the Civil War for other reasons. I think one of the very first things he did, if not the very first thing he did, I believe it was his first act as president, was something in regards to slavery. I don't think he was everything that he appeared to be. I think there was something else going on between the two sides. I can't remember, to be honest with you. The significant thing about John A. Logan, okay, in my mind, is that not only did he fight for the Union in the Civil War, for the freedom of black slaves, he was a senator who voted for the Civil War and then went and fought in the Civil War. Okay, so a lot of these senators, they'll send a lot of people to die, but they won't go and die. You know what I mean? They don't believe in what they're sending people to fight for, first of all, so why would they ever want to risk their lives for something that, no, purely for their own self-profit? Actual blood money, sending people, young people to die for their blood money, for their, do you see what I'm saying? For their actual monetary gain. They're sending people to die. And same thing on the receiving end. Blowing up 1 million people in the whole introduction to invading Iraq as a result of the false flag 9/11. And yeah, I don't have time to go through the whole false flag thing, okay? But trust me, just trust me, okay? They're sending people to die for blood money, and the first thing they do is they go in there and they just start blowing stuff up. Kill 1 million people, okay, and then take over all the oil. Halliburton gets no bid contracts, blowing stuff up in the desert, not even put oil in their trucks until they just blow up, and then they just catch them on fire because it's cost plus. Everything they get is for the total volume that's been destroyed plus percentage on top of that is what they get. That's how they're paid. And they're as well no bid contracts. This is purely monetary gain, purely the desire to kill other people for your own monetary gain, purely pieces of trash, purely not what John A. Logan ever was, purely not. I'm sorry, it's just really the scum of the earth who belongs in prison. John A. Logan would put you in prison. That's what I admire about Johnny Logan. He would have put you in prison. They called him Black Jack. See, Black Jack would have put you in prison. He was a badass. You can't call him John A. Logan. You got to call him Black Jack. Hell yeah. Actually, his name was Black Jack. How badass is that? Wow. And a true badass. who was in battle, getting shot, and who would just go right back in and just go right. And I mean, come on. This dude was way more. I mean, this dude was pure. I mean, he's the kind of dude that other people look at and just like, man, that dude is so badass. And it's, I mean, I haven't ever brought this up before, but I mean, his own son named himself after his dad. I mean, how could you not admire the guy? You know what I mean? Seriously. And that's probably something that people would be like, why would you go that far with it? But no, I mean, it's almost that much to me. And I'm sure everybody else at the time. And there was a lot of people. I mean, this dude, I'll just give you, the first major victory of the Civil War. He was shot in battle, went back into the fighting, through the shoulder. I mean, seriously. And he was always out there. I mean, in the writings of his own men, he was always out there, always pushing people forward in the fighting, never letting them be afraid, always right there, And that's what they said was that, if it wasn't for him, they didn't think that they would be able to make it. But it was, I mean, they were just cheering. They were cheering him in the battle. They were cheering Blackjack, 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 Blackjack. They were cheering the words Blackjack as they were regaining momentum in a battle and just going back and just killing and kicking ass. Seriously, I mean, I just think it's just so badass. And I'm sorry, I mean, seriously, I know this is going to be used for all kind of statist, militarism if this story was ever to be, but I don't think that I think this story is suppressed, to be honest with you, and I don't think that they want you to know how seriously glorious some of this stuff is. I mean, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know. It's just there's two ways of looking at it. I mean, it's dangerous in one sense, but at the same time, you have to take into consideration that this is absolutely incredible stuff that happened. And, you just don't find that in Washington today. You just don't find that in Washington today. You got John McCain up there, and he's all, playing into other people's heartstrings, the fact that he was in war. Oh, and he's all stove up and stuff. And I was tortured, and I was in war. You know what? You may have been in war, but you're not in war right now, And that's, I mean, you can't expect a 60-year-old man to go to war, but I mean, that was a disgusting war that he fought in anyways. I mean, you can't, John A. Logan, he at least fought in a real war, I mean, really freeing slaves, That gets my admiration. You don't get my admiration, John McCain, because you fought for the overthrow of heroin stockpiles in South Vietnam, bro, and bombing villages and shit. You don't get my admiration, you punk. Just because the state ordered you to go out and hurt somebody, you sack of shit. They did that in the South too. And so, I mean, the point of the story is that John A. Logan as well single-handedly was the driving force behind the impeachment of Andrew Sherman over the misuse of a secretary. I mean, this isn't something that he would have put up with, all this, executive orders to let 100,000 immigrants out of the penitentiary and everything, and you're maintaining this high incarceration rate. I don't know what Johnny Logan would have done about all this. You know what I mean? Because this is seriously insane what's going on today. I mean, having more people locked up than the entire country of China, and eventually I'm going to get it probably into that and get off of this, but it's just a totally different situation when you're talking about the history of this guy, and you know, by comparison to what you see in office and everything else, it's just there's no. I mean, it's corrupt, man. Oh, and he also wrote the book Great Conspiracy, which, yeah, I mean, there's a conspiracy going on. You know, I mean, there's, you know, the entire overthrow of the monetary system is a conspiracy. That's probably what he's trying to tell us. I'd need to read the book. And I've been meaning to read it, but I'm sure it's not the easiest thing to get a hold of. But there's copies of it online I've seen. That'd be a hell of a lot to read online, but, you know, there's got to be some way to get it. But either way, the point of the story is, I mean, you hear these people and they go, oh, it's a conspiracy. Did he just say it was a conspiracy? Oh, I mean, these people are fucking stupid, man. I mean, I'm sorry to say it straight up to you like that, but they are, okay? They are. They are fucking stupid. And, you know, just because, I mean, it's not a far-fetched idea that people with great amount of wealth would get together with a common goal. But yet, that's how it's pitched. It's like, he just said it was a conspiracy. Oh! Or how about this one? They'll take you for sending somebody a text message because you want to get some coke or something, some cocaine. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and peg you with conspiracy to possess cocaine. And when you get to court, just go, when they got you on the witness stand, just go and go, how do you plead in reference to conspiracy to possess cocaine? Just turn to the jury and go, he just said it was a conspiracy. Oh! And then they're just gonna dismiss the courtroom and just let everybody go right there. And everybody's just gonna die laughing, slapping their knees. Ha 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 ha! You're right. He did say it was a conspiracy. Fuck that. That was crazy. Ha ha! What do we even think? That was stupid. That was crazy. I mean, seriously? I mean, are you that fucking stupid? I mean, really? You're really that stupid? Holy shit! It's funny. I mean, you know, when you think about how retarded this shit is and everything else, and just how stupid it is. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. I mean, if I have mountains of evidence that something's going on, is that a conspiracy theory? Did I just make a theory if I just said proved it was true? How is that a theory? Theory is when you haven't proved it. This ain't a theory, you know what I'm saying? It's a conspiracy fact. And we have the evidence right here. That would be like if it was, you know, they got the phone, it was conspiracy to possess cocaine, they got the phone, it said, I want to get cocaine from you, and they get over to the guy's house who's selling it, and there's cocaine over there, and then they say, it's a conspiracy theory. And it's like, and the guy gets to trial, and he's like, yeah, I did it. Well, how is that a conspiracy theory? You know? I mean, he just said he did it. That was the proof right there. You move beyond theory, man. It's hard. I mean, I'm sorry to try to explain this to you. It's too complicated. I really know it is. Even yet. Anyways, you know, and the problem is that they've overthrown the monetary system. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit if you thought about conspiracies or not, but that's a serious conspiracy, man. I mean, they have overthrown the monetary system. They print money in secret. I could have never believed it until I found out it was true. And I feel stupid. Seriously. Because if I knew a damn thing about history, I would have known to look out for this shit. But see, history has been almost damn near rewritten. Oh, it's fucking sick. Oh, it's like when you watch the show Game of Thrones. It's like the Lannisters, okay? Anyways, I gotta go for now, but